Work experience helps you decide if medicine's for you, but how should you talk about it? Let's find out. Welcome! My name is Farhan. I'm a junior doctor working in London, and today we're going to talk about work experience in medicine. COVID has f***ed everything up, so I'll talk to you about what to do if your placements have been cancelled or you've not been able to get much work experience. Now, what actually counts as work experience? It's probably broader than you think. It's not just shadowing someone in a hospital or a GP surgery, although that is something you should try and do. And when you are doing these, try and speak to different professions: nursing staff, pharmacists, physiotherapists. I know this can be daunting, but most people are very friendly. Just talk to them and try and get an understanding of what it is they do. It's important to be able to differentiate medicine from other specialties. But there are other volunteering experiences you can think about. That includes St. John's Ambulance, local hospital, coffee shop, working in a hospital complaints team, helping out with portering. You can volunteer in a hospice where you get to learn about the importance of good end-of-life care. And you can talk about some of the differences and similarities between talking to kids and also talking to older people. You can also try pharmacies where you're actually dispensing medications or doing some lab-based research. All of these things count. This is not an exhaustive list. I'm sure you can think of more. I remember working in a primary school and helping kids with their reading when I was applying. Ideally, you should try and get breadth. If your time is limited, you want to get as much out of it as possible, to get as much of an idea as you can about different things and experiences to talk about rather than spending a very long time doing just one thing. The idea is to do meaningful reflection in the time that you spend doing your shadowing. Now, I've spoken about it before in my previous video, which I'll link in one of these corners, but the best way is to make notes as you see things, or send yourself a voice note describing what you saw, how it made you feel, and what you learned. Here's some ideas you could think about and reflect on. This list isn't exhaustive, but it's a good place for you to start if you've not got any ideas. Number 1. Pros and cons. What you liked, what you didn't like, what you learned from it, what was hard. Why is it that all doctors try and encourage you not to apply to medicine? How does that make you feel about the specialty that you're trying to get into? Something else you can talk about is the multidisciplinary team, the patient-doctor relationship, the holistic care. I mean, I know these sound like buzzwords and that's because they are, but try not to use them as that. Try and actually understand what they mean. What is it that those terms represent? And reflect on something that you saw that you can tie these themes into. You can talk about how you communicated with a variety of different people, whether that be different ages, different ethnicities. All of these have got different challenges and are worth talking about. Now, if COVID shat on your dreams about your work experience placements and meant that it was cancelled, here's something you could try instead. Some medical schools have launched a virtual work experience, such as Brighton and Sussex Medical School. I've left a link down in the description below. You should also check out Observe GP by the Royal College of Physicians. Again, the links are all in the description below. If you live in London, UCL are doing a widening participation scheme for those people applying to medicine. This is still ongoing, so you might be able to book onto this. Approach these virtual work experiences in the same way. The idea is to find something and reflect on it and make it as meaningful as possible. It is harder, but it's still doable. If you're over 18, you can try volunteering for vaccination hubs as well. There's a really good guide on work experience during COVID, and I'll leave that link down in the description as well. That's it. I hope it was useful. Like and subscribe. It actually makes a difference. Comment down below what other topics you'd like me to cover. I'll see you in the next one.